Hey everybody out there, this is Story Dude coming at you with a nice smooth edition of our daily story time. Our first story of the day is a question. Am I the a-hole because I kept my ex-girlfriend's dogs? My ex and I split up last year in the summer. She took off with some guy and left me with her dogs. I managed to get a hold of her and I asked her what to do with the dogs. She said she wasn't coming back and that I should rehome them. Since I already take them to the vet and stuff, it wasn't difficult to get the chip transferred to my name. And I paid the dog registration fee in my name this year. So now I have two dogs that are well trained and we already like each other. I guess things didn't work out for my ex because she's back in town. She saw me and my girlfriend out walking my dogs and she is unhappy. She said that I was supposed to rehome them, and since I got them for her, then she had the final say on their disposition. She says that I am an a-hole for keeping something so meaningful from our relationship. I just like the dogs. More than I liked her, to be honest. But I don't think I'm the a-hole for not putting my dogs in a situation where they might get put down or adopted by someone who isn't a good match for them. Yeah, okay. Total, not the a-hole. You told Who told you to rehome them, so you did, to yourself. Edit. Holy crap, guys. Thanks for the upvotes. I'm horrified by the fact that what is probably going to be my most upvoted comment ever is riddled with an obvious mistake, but I feel like I can't edit it out now. No worries, Hodgepodge Hedge. I think you are echoing everyone's sentiments here. I was just honestly confused by this story. How could the OP even consider that he's the a-hole here? Everything is cool. OP, wherever you are, you have every right to keep the dogs. Not the a-hole. By keeping the dogs, you kept them from the trauma of being rehomed. If your ex cared about the dogs, she would have asked you to take care of them instead. She says that I'm an a-hole for keeping something so meaningful from our relationship. The dogs aren't things. They're living creatures who deserve stability in their lives. Yeah, that's an insightful comment. I mean, it's one thing if you break up with your fiance and you keep the engagement ring and give it to your next, fiance or something, but the dogs are they're part of your family. It's like if you have kids with someone and you get divorced, does that mean you can't have the kids anymore? I mean, it's absurd. I'm really surprised why the OP would even contemplate what his ex-girlfriend is saying, because it's clearly absurd. She literally wanted the dogs to suffer, possibly getting separated, and definitely needed to adapt to a new home and routine because, and that's where I draw a blank, not the a-hole, you did rehome them to you. Like that username, Mom to Two Cats. I think she gets it. Not the a-hole. You did rehome them into a happy one, it sounds like. Yeah, this is not going to be a controversial one. Not the a-hole. She's just bitter and salty that you're happy now. She abandoned the dogs, and therefore she has no say in what you do to them afterwards. Keep those good boys and be happy. Absolutely. All right, let's get into the next one. Maybe it'll be a little more controversial. Am I the a-hole because I told my partner that if we have a boy, I'm not naming him after him? We already have a daughter together, and I let him name her. He didn't want to compromise on a name that we would both agree on, so I said I wanted to give her a middle name. He also said no to that if I want to give her a middle name, he'd rather not have anything to do with naming her. I ended up feeling bad and letting him name her. He ended up naming her Shelby because he loves Mustangs. I love her name now. It fits. He's now telling me that he deserves a junior. If we have a boy, he wants to name him Jose. I'm not saying that he doesn't deserve a junior. He's a great dad and a great person, but I would love to name just one of my children. I don't plan on having more just so I can have the chance to name one. I know it's just a name and it shouldn't be such a big deal, but to me it is. He's really upset and doesn't understand why it means so much for me to be able to name one of my children when he deserves it. Why I won't go back on this. That's weird. Okay, having a boy isn't even promised, but it's definitely a conversation we've had a few times. Am I the a-hole for not wanting my partner to have a junior because I want to name her the baby? Edit, I'm not pregnant. It's a conversation we've had recently, which ended with me stating I'm 99% positive I don't even want another child. I have an IUD birth control that has been working great for me, and I'm not worried about any unplanned children unless I'm part of the unlucky 1% that get pregnant while on birth control. Thank you, everyone, for the responses and the concern. My daughter and I are very safe and well taken care of, even though the dad is a big baby that can't take no for an answer. Yeah, I think naming the child can be a very contentious discussion that you can have in a relationship, and it's like many aspects of a relationship. It's really important to learn how to compromise. And yeah, I'm sorry that your partner is not compromising. What I did pick up on, and you can take solace in this, is that children do grow into their names. In fact, my child has a first name that I wasn't too into, and to be honest, now I cannot imagine him having any other name. It's just he is who the name is, and that's like a really crazy thing about reality in general, is that things or people start to resemble their names. Like Vincents are always Vincents, Sams are always Sams. Don't even get me started on Kevin. There's only like one Kevin in the whole world, and we all know who he is because it's Kevin. Anyway, I'm just like totally off track here. Let's get into the comments and let's see if we can solve this problem. You're not the a-hole. He blew his naming wad on your daughter. He blew more than one wad. And that, blah, blah, blah. He deserves a junior when he pushes him out of his vagina. Yeah. He's really upset and doesn't understand why it means so much for me to be able to name one of my children when he deserves it. If it shouldn't matter to you, then why the hell does it matter so much to him? You're not the a-hole. Yeah, clearly, yeah. The OP's not the a-hole, but I feel it's also really hard to impose. I don't know how she's going to win this argument with Jose. I mean, if he doesn't want to do it, there's no way to force him. So it's tough. Not the a-hole. I might be in the minority here, but I don't believe in senior junior. Each person is an individual and deserves their own unique identifying name. If you have a boy, it's up to both of you to choose a name. Don't go with junior. All right, I'm going to go into the TMI realm here and say I myself am a junior of sorts, and it's a real pain in the ass. I can tell you that. So I definitely agree with that. It's super confusing to have the same name as your parents, especially for when you're sharing an address and tax things. And my dad got summoned to court to be a juror. No, it was me. I can't even remember now. One of us got summoned to like be part of jury duty, and the sheriff came because it was confusing and they didn't know which one of us was which, and we didn't know, and the court didn't know. No one knew. It was a disaster. So yeah, just give your child a new name. It's gonna be easier on everybody. You're not the a-hole, but he's not a great person. He's barely mediocre. He sounds selfish, controlling, and immature, and you are attracted to him. Well, come on. I mean, if this is called cherry picking. If you choose any person on their worst day is going to look like Hitler. I mean, maybe not that bad, but no one looks good. I think no one's whole personality is going to be represented by, how they act in one particular instance. So I think that's not an insightful comment. I'm sure that the husband has lots of redeeming qualities. They're not made clear through this story. Well, I'm talking a lot in this one. All right, not the a-hole. Your partner is an a-hole. Of course, you should have a say in naming your own child. Don't give in this time. All right, well, wishing the best of luck to OP on that one. This has been Story Dude in a more talkative version, apparently. I don't know what's going on today, but anyway, I feel great today. Hope you guys are having a great day. And yeah, we'll catch you on the next episode. So stay good, everybody. See you later.